Hello, everyone, and welcome to Buckeye TV, your home for all student news from campus to classes. I'm Curtis Shore.
I'm Julia McKenna. How are students dealing with the living and learning at home? Stick around and find out.
And I'm Hanal Pajara. Thank you for joining us today. Today, find out what it's like to be an essential worker during this pandemic. Are you concerned with grocery shopping in public? Curtis Shore has a story on how you can get your groceries while not even leaving your car.
With the continuous spread of the coronavirus in the United States, many Ohioans are very concerned when it comes to grocery shopping. I sat down with this couple from Columbus, Ohio to find out how they use Kroger's Clicklist feature to help them shop for the produce they need safely. The Kroger Clicklist feature began in 2014, providing the convenience factor of curbside pickup for all your groceries bought online at Kroger.com. Simply pick the items you want, add them to your cart, select the pickup location, and pay for them.
We've been using Kroger Clicklist for a little over a year now.
Yeah. So how has their experience been, and has it been affected by COVID-19?
Pretty positive. We haven't had very many substitutions. And then just recently now, Kroger has started texting you when there is substitutions, and you can approve it or decline it.
These substitutions happen when a product you've ordered is out of stock, and you get exchanged a new product for no charge. So as you can see, all you have to do is pull your car up into one of these designated Clicklist spots, call the number on one of the signs, and all the groceries will come out to you, and you never have to leave the car. There's no denying the convenience factor of Clicklist. However, does this option prove to make people feel safer when shopping for the groceries they need during quarantine?
I think they're encouraging people to do it too, elderly. I mean, my grandfather's 89 and they delivered his prescription refill directly to his house.
So despite all the conveniences that come with Clicklist, this feature proves to be a viable option for those concerned with shopping for groceries in public. With Buckeye TV, I'm Curtis Shore.
With schools moved online for the foreseeable future, children and their parents have had rapidly adapt to their new educational environment. To see how one family is dealing with its change, let's go to Emma Holm with the story.
Due to COVID-19, many schools across Ohio have shut down. My little brother, who's in second grade, has had a transition from public school to homeschooling. I'm here with the story on how that's going.
Since my little brother Austin's school got closed and moved online, my family has had to come together to help him transition into a new form of education, homeschooling.
How's it been transitioning him from from public school to homeschool?
It changed, but with the online classes and his teacher, he's doing really well. We're proud of him.
You think he's excited to go back when this is all over?
Oh yeah, I think that, he misses it, especially his teacher. He had a real connection with her. She's done a tremendous job this year, but I think more so his buddies and his peers. He misses that routine, and I think working on projects with individuals, doing just the interaction, the group things that they do.
Yeah.
So.
Do you like homeschooling with Mommy?
Yes.
What do you like about it?
I just like to learn about stuff in homeschool.
What do you miss about in-person school?
That you can see your friends and teacher.
Are you excited to go back to school?
Yes.
Thank you for your time.
I'm going to talk more.
For Buckeye TV, I'm Emma Hall.
The pandemic has urged many states to implement a stay-home order, leaving many out of a job. However, there is one group of people that this does not apply to. Hanal Pajara with more.
While many Americans are forced to take time off of work or have the privilege of being able to work from home, essential workers like healthcare professionals, food industry workers, and public safety, it's another day on the job. Essential workers are putting their lives at risk every day to provide Americans with necessary services. Varsha Pajara works in the physical therapy department at our hospital, and she has witnessed many changes at work.
So in the beginning, we did not have to wear a mask in each room. Then after a few weeks later, they said we are in a category 2. When we come out from that door, we have to wear a mask. But where is a mask? We are short of masks. And we save them in a paper bag, believe or not.
Her husband, Haresh, is also an essential worker at Kroger's. Kroger, the most popular local grocery store in town, has also been undergoing a lot of changes. They've reduced their previous store hours of 6 a.m. to 1 a.m. to now being 7 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Our store change a little bit for shoppers because they made a one-way aisle so they don't bump each other.
Kroger is monitoring the number of people entering and exiting the store in order to keep customers safe. With their kids out of school and at home, Haresh and Varsha do have some concerns.
I have two teenage kids. I know they are strong, teenagers are supposed to be, but still I do get scared about my kids.
As we are still making progress with the pandemic, essential workers are here to stay. And since they are going to work for us, we should be able to stay at home for them. Reporting from Buckeye TV, I'm Hanal Pujara.
After staying at home for so long, countless people are starting to get cabin fever. But how are they dealing with it? Rishi Rajagopalan with the story.
These days, it is potentially fatal to even go outside. That means a lot of us are stuck with our roommates.
Hey, you left the shower running.
In case you're suffering from cabin fever, here are a few things you can do. Step 1. Play games, whether it's on a video game console or a board game. This is a great way to bond with your roommate.
If he wasn't here, I'd probably be by myself, in quarantine, and that might be pretty hard. But, we get to hang out, we get to talk, and do some activities, so I think it's been really nice. Is that about it? All right.
This isn't your roommate. He left weeks ago to move back in with his parents. You've been all alone in the apartment for this entire month. You've even gotten to talking to yourself in the mirror for company.
Beautiful. I'm all alone.
Step 5. Make a new friend. This is a great time for you to expand your social circle. For Buckeye TV, I'm Rishi Rajagopalan.
People's shopping habits change as the coronavirus spreads. Ways of shopping influence the quality of life for people. Let's follow Shohan to see how residents in the University Village store daily necessities.
Almost everyone is staying at home in case of infecting virus. During this challenging time, life necessities are the basic guarantee for a high-quality, self-quarantine life. But in order to contain the spread of coronavirus, we get the travel restriction inconvenient for residents to stock up. Under this ban, let's take a look at how residents at University Village community stock up on food and groceries while they have the chance.
I usually try to have food for a month ahead. Vegetables, I get them every other week mostly, and bread, milk, and for other toilet papers and tissues, it's for a week, a month or a month and a half, as storage.
There is no safest way to shop in grocery stores. While it may be possible to get sick by touching surfaces with the virus, the main way virus spreads is thought to be a person-to-person contact. Experts suggest people minimize the shopping trips, but it's okay to get groceries and shop at off-peak times.
I ask for my friends, to just pick me up from the shopping. I didn't use the public transportation, but mostly with my friends. We don't have a car.
I have my own car.
I have a kid, and we eat regularly. We eat 3 times a day. Mostly, freshly. We cook freshly for lunch and dinner. So we went for shopping once a week.
But I just go every other week or even once every 3 weeks.
Reporting for Buckeye TV, I'm Xiaohan Wu.
During these unprecedented times, many struggle with staying connected to the outside world while still being in the safety of their own homes. We go to Mara Rayburn with more.
With mandatory lockdowns in several states, civilians are now tasked with getting creative and finding ways to stay connected to their loved ones and the world around them. I'm Mara Rayburn here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, locked in my home, finding out how my friends and family choose to stay connected during these trying times. Many folks take to Twitter and other social media platforms to pass the time while releasing some anxiety with comedic takes on the quarantine. Others are finding unique ways to hang out with friends while still adhering to social distancing standards. And for some of us, we've been forced to find fun ways to celebrate our birthdays. Most companies have moved to remote work where applicable, and many elementary, high schools, and colleges have gone to online learning for the remainder of the year. The obvious effects of this lie in the modified education and work environments, but there are also many social implications.
In my job, I work from home, so that didn't really change a whole lot, except we got quite a bit busier, and I don't travel as much. So I've had a lot more meetings. We actually had a Zoom happy hour last week, and it was really good to see everybody's faces and just kind of see how everyone was doing.
In terms of college students, the shift to remote learning has specifically affected graduating seniors.
Being a second semester senior here at Pitt, it's been pretty detrimental socially, given that second semester of your senior year is supposed to be so memorable and so fun. So it definitely feels like the rug was pulled out from underneath us a little bit, and it sort of makes the end of the year and graduation and overall feel very anticlimactic, especially since graduation has actually been canceled. There won't be a ceremony.
At the end of the day, the marks COVID has made on the general public will stretch far beyond the health complications, as the social environment has now shifted more digital than ever. This has been Mara Rayberg for Buckeye TV News.
People are being told to stay in their homes and socially distance from others as much as possible. But what about those who can't? Maria Boyer joins us from her place.
Hi, Hannah. So, as we all know, doctors, nurses, and other essential hospital staff have been on the front lines of the fight against the coronavirus. I sat down with Joni Boyer, a nurse at a Columbus hospital, to see what it's like working in this healthcare environment.
We wear the proper protective equipment. Hand washing is instrumental all throughout the day.
What are hospitals doing to decrease the risk of exposure?
At my current workplace, my work organization, all employees are screened before they come into the workplace. Any patients coming in are having their temperature taken as well. Masks are provided for all visitors and employees upon entering the building. And again, we just encourage thorough hand washing throughout the day.
And what are you doing to take care of your personal health?
During this crisis, I'm trying to make sure that I'm getting adequate amount of sleep. I try to incorporate exercise and activity both by myself and with my family.
Advice can you give people to make sure everyone stays as safe as possible?
Please stay at home if you don't need to be out. If you do need to be out, please practice your social distancing. This is not a joke, it's not a hope, it is for real. People are getting sick and dying from this. And one of the most important things you can do is wash your hands.
Thanks, Joni. For Buckeye TV, I'm Maria Boyer.
Many people's living situations have changed due to the coronavirus. Sam Spangold has a scoop on her own family in Loveland, Ohio. She joins us now from Loveland. Hi, Sam. How are you doing?
Good. How are you, Julia?
Good.
Everybody over here is just trying to stay sane. Both me and my brother are home, so I talked to my family to see how we're all coping with this new change.
Great. I can't wait to hear about it.
The coronavirus is having its effect on all families. My parents went from being empty nesters back to a family of 4. It all started when on March 10th, my brother Ryan found out that he wouldn't be going back to school and that his freshman year was over.
I was shocked because my freshman year was kind of just like taken out from me. It was just like gone in an instant.
So how did my parents react when they found out he was going to be home for the next few months, mostly doing this?
A little bit of happy, a little bit of sad, because I knew that he was going to miss his freshman year experience completely.
I, on the other hand, didn't get kicked out of my dorm because I live in an apartment with these lovely people in Columbus. But I'm not there because...
Because your father and I would rather have you here, waiting this out with us versus there.
So how does everyone feel about us all being here?
It's been different. It's not been bad by any means. It's just adjusting of everyone's schedule during this time.
Not terrible, to be honest. It's like I wish I went back to school to have like my own freedom.
So although it's an adjustment, it's not all bad.
The food is better. Class has kind of gotten easier. I don't know. It's more relaxed in the sense.
It's kind of cool to be able to be mom again and take care of you and feed you and do all that stuff.
But no matter how any of us are feeling, we know that there's always someone happy to have us all home.
Reporting for Buckeye TV, I'm Sam Fangold.
How the coronavirus is affecting the farming community, an update on the federal stimulus package, and more after the break. Stay tuned.